So I'm just out here enjoying this gorgeous day, and I just want to share something that really has been such a profound way of understanding life, which is just going into deeper parts of our consciousness. And I became aware of this about 4 years ago, and I was in a space where I really needed that support, but just getting out of the thinking mind and really just going into a space where I could feel held and feel supported and really uncover just deeper parts of myself. And, you know, right now, just being here in nature, it feels like that. It feels like deep knowing, right? When I'm in nature, I definitely just feel like connected. I feel supported. I feel held. And it reminds me so much of just my deeper essence of who I am. And I can say that now. 4 years ago, I didn't understand that, but that's why I want to share this, because I really recognize the places that we go and want to go deeper into this uncovering, this revealing of our consciousness, is where we can really reflect on, you know, why we have certain patterns emerge in our life or certain emotions that show up. And it wasn't until I went into that space was I able to really understand these patterns that weren't serving me anymore. There were patterns that were making me really question my worthiness, question who I showed up as to others. I really felt like I was in a place where I didn't belong sometimes. And I am grateful that I had the tools, I had the support to work with somebody who led me down into these parts of uncovering, you know, my deeper essence of being. And these parts of us, they're always there. Like, they're always there. And it's what I recognize now, it's almost like these parts of us that have just become frozen in time because of our experiences, because of our trauma, our pain, just life experiences that happen to us that really make us turn those parts off and turn off our authentic sense of being and being free to just express however you want. And why that matters is because, you know, we came here to shine and just be our true self, right? And through all the learning that we get to go through in experiences, I really recognize it brings us back to that essence, brings us back to that true authentic self. So there's purpose. Like, it's not like, oh, you know, I had all this trauma, I had all this experience, it was for nothing. There's so much purpose there. And it really just allows me to recognize when I was ready to go deeper and use the modalities that I did, which one really just opening way for me was to meditate, just to start meditating, to really just go into that space, which was very uncomfortable for a long time. I have to admit, it's very uncomfortable to want to go there, and then use support with practitioners, people that were doing the work like a hypnosis modality, which is where I started to work with a practitioner with hypnosis. And really, hypnosis is just a deeper meditation. You're just being led into a deeper space. You're going into a different brainwave state, which really supports just more revealing of your true essence of being. And so when I was able to go into that space, I was really able to reflect and look at those parts of myself that were hard to see when my conscious mind was questioning, when my conscious mind is here like doubting or, you know, holding these mechanisms to support me by keeping people away or by, you know, holding these fears, right? All these things that our mind is using its wisdom. Like, there's a lot of purpose there, and our mind is supporting us the best that it can through our experiences. But my point here is, I really had to go deeper to unravel, you know, the true wisdom of my authentic self. And I am grateful that I was able to be led and be supported with this modality of hypnosis and even just different meditation practices. Like, I mean, we're becoming more aware, just as all of us are being on this path now to recognize there's a lot of tools that we can access. And I'm grateful right now in this moment to share this, because I really recognize that until we want to go there, we will be living the same patterns. And I recognized then, and I recognize today, how much our patterns only serve us for for so long. Like they're really only there to teach us, and for whatever time frame that is. Hopefully it's not forever, but I know some of us can get stuck. And that's why these practitioners and modalities and just different tools that are emerging are there to support us, and really there to allow us to go deeper and uncover these parts of us that have always been there. And we don't have to question our authentic self, because it's always there. And one way I came across this too with all this learning, it's like, I think there were parts of me that felt incomplete. I felt not whole. But then as I started uncovering and doing more of this work, I recognized I was always whole. I was always complete. I'm always authentic if I recognize that potential. And so we just have to recognize the potential and then do the work to let go of those parts that become dormant because of our experiences. They might have become frozen in time and space because of a trauma or because of pain that we went through. And so I want to remind you as well that don't question your wholeness, your authentic self, because it is there. It's just we've forgotten. We've just got used to these patterns that were supporting us. And until we want to go deeper and reveal those parts again, we'll just be living the same patterns. And I think you might have come across this video because you might have realized there's this part of you that's questioning these patterns that might not serve you anymore. And you might want to go to a place where you can reveal and access all of your wholeness. And so, like I've mentioned a couple different modalities already, meditation, a deepened meditation like hypnosis, even breath work. Those tools are very accessible today, and there are a lot of practitioners that support. I am one as well now, and I'm grateful to be on this journey now to support others and to go into these deepened places and to really just be that guide for someone to be held like I was 4 years ago. And I'm just grateful for all the tools and what's just starting to emerge, because we're just recognizing our potential today. We really are. And right now, as I sit here in nature and just in my favorite place, I recognize there's still so much more to come for all of us. I hope this resonates, and I am grateful that we got to be here together right now in nature to remember that we are always whole, and we can access our authentic self by going deeper.